It's no secret that important launches like RuneScape on Steam or the end of Trailblazer Leagues has had some OSRS players interested in a new experience, similar to what they've had before. In this video, I'll be having an interview type conversation with two different OSRS players that converted to playing RuneScape 3. It is worth noting that all opinions shared in this video are simply opinions and do not have to mean they are shared by the entire player base or certain player groups. The guests in this video will be referred to as Kira and a Fat Deer. They've each played RuneScape 3 for about 500 to 600 hours at this point. Whenever you're ready, grab your cup of tea, sit back, relax, and enjoy. Fat Deer and Kira, what was the reason you guys decided to switch over to RuneScape 3, if there was a specific reason at all?
I thought it looked cool. My buddy was playing it, and I was kind of just like stale on OSRS at the moment. And I was like, you know what? Let's give it a shot for fun. And I did divination for like 20 minutes, and I was like, wow, this game looks cool. And I was kind of just hooked right off the bat from that. And divination being as exciting as it is, I was like hooked for no reason at all.
Wait, divination?
Yeah, yeah. I don't
Divination
know
hooked
why.
you?
I
What?
don't know why it was the first thing I did. It was the only thing I like. I don't know, maybe 6 years ago when I played, 8 years ago, uh, I did divination and then logged out for like 8 years. And I was like, well,
Sag.
I might as well pick up where I'd left off.
Sucking glowing orbs into your body. Yep, sounds about right.
Exactly. Time of my
What about
life.
what about you, Kira?
Well, I've never really liked the OSR's art style, so
Mhm.
when I noticed that RuneScape 3 came to Steam, I just like went like yo, this looks really fucking nice and appealing to eyes. So that's why I tried playing it.
So did the announcement of Steam get you, or was it like a video or someone
Uh
telling you about, like,
oh
it being on
well,
Steam?
it was mainly just because like Steam is the thing that I already have, so it's just a one-click download
Mhm. Yeah, really
instead of
easy.
like instead of going to the website and everything.
That makes sense, yeah, 'cause, but did you, like, see it on the homepage or
Uh, I can't remember that far back.
Oh, I was hoping 'cause I'd be curious 'cause I'm wondering, like, how because at the
Uh,
time, you were still playing OSRS, right? Or
I assume I saw it on like Twitter or like somehow got it advertised to me. I don't know how, but I bet I somehow must have gotten it advertised like on social media or something.
okay, okay. Uh, and Fat Deer, you said divination got you back into RuneScape, but what made you re-download the game?
Um,
Or was it the fault of divination?
well, no, definitely not. No. Just friends. They were playing it. A lot of old school friends were playing it, and I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll go for it. And I logged in and everything looked beautiful. I was like, wow, maybe give this a shot. And I said I started with divination, and I did. And it turned into like a little bit of Slayer, a little bit of Dungeoneering, this and that. Um, and just slowly relearning everything. I mean, going from old school to RS3, it's completely different game to me. uh, I'd describe it like a completely different game based on RuneScape in comparison to old school.
Mhm.
Which is kind of silly being, now like an RS3 player compared to like an old school player. Um, it's just, it's completely two different games. You can't even compare the two. I mean, obviously you can, because I am, but
Mhm. No,
yeah, I
I
don't know. It's
agree,
just
dude.
much
I
more,
agree.
yeah,
Like,
really, really like physically appealing.
do you think the same, Kira? Like, it is a different game, right? Like, yeah.
I mean, yeah, it's like so much more confusing and everything, at
Oh, is
least.
that is
Yeah.
that I think that's a bad thing. But, I mean,
No, I have never killed a single, or like I have killed the KBD once, but like I have never been able to get into like bossing or anything because like the combat is just so fucking confusing for me.
I would agree. I mean, I've done a little bit of bossing, um, and the first time I tried, I went to Barrows with a polypore staff, and I had no idea how to turn on my magic abilities. And I was still having the time of my life. I was wondering why it was taking so long, but the combat for sure, as a I don't know, new returning player, whatever you want to call it, very very confusing for sure, especially coming from old school, where you kind of just like point and click and it goes.
would you both consider that to be the worst thing about like coming back? Because I'm pretty sure as a returning player, if you already have an existing account, in case you both came back on the existing account, I'm not entirely
Uh,
sure.
I had played OSRS before before the Steam launch, but I had never like played RS3 before then.
Oh, so you didn't even have an existing account?
No, I didn't.
Oh,
Also, by the
interesting.
way, I started OSRS like in I think 2018 or something. So like
Okay. Oh, so
I
you're
have
like
extreme.
fresh RuneScape play in
Yeah,
general,
yeah,
like
I
RuneScape.
guess, yeah.
So you came from mobile, from OSRS Mobile that got you into OSRS to RuneScape 3 because of the Steam launch. Now that is really unexpected. I'm going to be honest. Like you played OSRS for the first time, like RuneScape in general for the first time. Then you switched when Steam was launched. That's really interesting. What got you hooked into RuneScape? What was the first for both of you actually? The first positive thing you noticed, like, oh, I like this. In both of your cases, like compared to OSRS, what's something you noticed that you liked about RuneScape 3?
The reason I really like this game is this inventory has of just fish has gonna be like 13K, which is like it's probably not too much in terms of like the economy, but like
Mhm.
it's a big number compared to OSRS, so it makes it feel good, you know, compared to
Big
Yeah, the
just like
progress is much more
XP.
like the progress is much more, I don't know, easily obtainable or
Yeah,
readily
exactly.
available, I guess.
Mhm. That's a good point. Like, I'm sure you noticed the XP rates are also fairly like fast at the start. If we're
Yeah,
talking about
yeah.
fishing, like the crayfish are insane at Taverley.
Yeah.
I'm sure. I'm sure you've done those. Well, maybe not you because you came back and did divination. And fishing is that's a level 1 spot. So I don't think you might have like done fishing that
Well, I will
unless.
say, the account I came back to was my main on old school, and it's the account I made in like high school in like 2011 or something.
Hmm.
So that's not the account I'm playing on anymore. I made a fresh Iron Man, like less than 3 months ago, and that's where like I really, really got absolutely hooked because I learned a little bit like the basics of combat,
Hmm.
on my main, and like the basics of skilling and like somewhat efficient methods. Um, and I made this Iron Man, and I've just been completely enthralled. Like I play I don't want to say every day, but I mean I guess I do play every day, but not like all day. And it's just every time I play, I learn something new, and it's insane how much in comparison to old school there is to learn. It's insane the amount of content and the amount of like in depth you can go with like I don't know abilities and bossing and skilling methods and like um the dailies for me are a crazy thing, like dailies and weeklies and monthlies and
Hmm.
uh, prioritizing how to do everything. It's kind of got me like hooked. Like yeah, I kind of want to refine it to see how good or how consistent I can be with the progress. And I think that's what's like really driving my motivation is just kind of trying to refine my routine, I guess you could call it.
So basically, like the thing you like about the game and like about Armor mode, it's also the thing that was like because there's so much to do. There's also a lot of confusion, but at the same time, once you start learning those things, it's a lot of fun because you get a lot of possibilities and like things open up to you content wise.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. I would say so.
Did you feel the same way, Kira, as a normal account? Like,
Sorry, like what way?
so you're both skilling, aren't you guys? Like
Yeah,
I hear
yeah,
the
Making
clicks.
arrow shafts.
Yeah, I was gonna say I hear the click. I hear the clicks. So content creators do the same thing, by the way. Like whenever I'm in a podcast with literally any, they're always doing something like AFKing the Ironmans or something. But would you say that uh, there's more variety, more things you can do in RuneScape 3, which might make it more fun because there's so many options for everything. For example, for dailies, you have like for every skill, there's something. Okay, maybe not every skill, but there's a lot of different stuff. And training methods, the same thing. I assume OSRS is more linear. I could
Yeah,
be wrong though, but
Well,
yeah, I would
yeah,
say
yeah.
so.
Oh, most of our sort of skills are just click the same thing for 50 hours, then move on to this thing that gives 5 extra XP or something.
Yeah, yeah, for sure.
no wonder it takes like 2000. Oh, I'm not sure how long it takes the max, but very long probably.
Yeah.
So, do both of you still play OSRS at all? Like once a week, every day?
No, not really.
So
Yeah,
you left it down.
La-
I haven't logged into old school since I don't know. I guess just about 3 months ago. Whenever I made this Iron Man, yeah, I haven't logged in since then.
yeah,
Ah.
I haven't played in months either. It's just
Ha-
that I fucking hate the graphics of that game.
but you played it for like two-ish years, right?
Yeah, I have like 250 hours on Steam alone, like on OSRS.
Oh, you even okay, but so how come in your case the graphics didn't grow on you? I'm
Well,
assuming they might not have because you don't have the nostalgia from like playing 15 years ago because you were 2 years old at that point or something.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's probably because like like how RSHG or whatever, like 2008 and whatever looks like.
Hmm.
If they had used that backup instead, like I would probably just prefer that one honestly.
Yeah,
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 Like
makes
it's
sense.
in the middle of like really good graphics and still really basic graphics, which I really like compared to the OSRS graphics, which are just insanely basic. You know?
like
So
the
RuneScape 2?
yeah, like
Uh,
2012, I guess 2011, like pre
Yeah,
EOC maybe.
yeah.
yeah,
That
yeah.
that oh, I agree. I would if they launched that right now, would you play it? Would you? Maybe not because of the account, right? But like if you were
Well,
to,
if they update OSRS graphics wise, like it would probably like make me want to play it a lot more. Then again,
I,
there's community projects like HDOS which are trying to do that same thing. So
Right,
yep.
you know,
right.
But would you both play it then just because of the graphics? Because
yes. I mean, OSRS is like RS3 has better graphics and some other parts as well, but OSRS is what I would probably play if the graphics weren't like so fucking awful.
interesting. That's really
Good.
interesting. What about
Yeah.
you?
Um. Honestly, I don't think so. I've played a lot of old school. I think on my main, I have over 8,000 hours, and then maybe another 1,500 on my
Sheesh.
Iron Man on old school. The graphics don't bother me. I like the graphics. I like the nostalgic feel. I played RuneScape for the first time when I was in 5th grade, um, and I don't know. I've come to really like RuneScape 3. Um, with that being said, I still obviously love old school. I watch a ton of old school, content creators, streams, and YouTube videos. Um,
Hmm.
but
I do too, by the way. I generally enjoy some of the content so much, but I
yeah,
think that has more to do with the actual person than the video because they make the video, in my opinion.
yeah, 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 I'll definitely agree with that.
But that's actually really cool though. So there's like two different perspectives. You as a RuneScape veteran that's played a lot of old school and now trying RuneScape 3, and then Kira who's played old school but now trying RuneScape 3 and just prefers the visuals apparently. And
Right.
that's the deal breaker, and that's definitely fair.
Yeah, well, the visuals are something I prefer, but also the Yak Track is also something that I find love because it gives me objectives and like stuff like that. So
Yeah.
that's really fucking fun, you know, compared to
Wow.
just waiting for 500 hours to get a 99 and then just going yay and then moving on.
No,
True. True.
oh, no, I generally I did not expect this to hear that. That's really cool to hear because every Max RuneScape 3 player, okay, not every, but people like the cosmetics, but most people think the Yak Track is banned because MTX, and okay, I'm not saying
And
most, a
actually,
lot of
yeah,
people.
I do hate the fact that it's like
Just skip.
some of them just feel like they're forcing you to skip the task or
Yeah,
Right.
just play through an insane amount of boring stuff.
so, some of the higher up time, they're getting better though. The Yak Track,
Yeah.
they're like the older ones. Uh, they were like some of the tasks were like I'm trying to think like Fletch 5,000 short bows, like
Oh dear,
Oh,
that
jeez.
sounds awful.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's
yeah,
only like half an inventory that you can even AFK at a time.
yeah. Imagine having to do that after you've got 99 or 120 or even 200 mil fletching for some people, because there's a lot of
Right.
max plays on RuneScape 3.
Absolutely.
That's not. But if you're going for but even if you're going for if you're leveling flex, that's way too much. Like the tasks were way too long. So what's your like opinion on the Yak Track fact there? Because I did hear you saying yes. I think like agreeing. Like,
You
c-
know, honestly, I really don't know too much about the Yak Tracks. Like when I'll get like a like last night, I was doing some anachronia agility, and a little thing popped up in the text box that said, Yak Track progress, and I was like, oh,
Mhm.
I guess this is something for that. So I pulled it up or whatever and looked at it. But honestly, I haven't really paid it too much attention. I have seen on like social medias where people are like complaining about it, or oh no, not another one.
Mhm.
Um, but I mean, I don't see it doing any harm. Although if there was things, like you said, fletch 5,000 short bows, I can see that being absolutely terrible. Especially for the reason you mentioned. What if someone is 200 mil? I don't really
Yeah.
know how the skipping a task works, but
Bonds.
I can imagine if they're anything like that, then they would probably be getting skipped.
So the task gifts are that you either buy 4 gifts for 1 bond or 10 gifts for 2 bonds, and then just use a single gift to skip the task and instantly get the rewards.
Mhm.
Okay. So you do. So there is a payment method in there then.
Yeah, if
Yes.
if, if you don't feel like doing the thing.
Oh wow. Okay, I didn't realize that.
The thing is, for using Iron Man, like I'm pretty sure I could be wrong. Like I don't know, but I'm fairly certain the Yak Track is pure cosmetic for you. You don't even
Yeah,
get the
it,
Silverhawk
it's
stuff and
it's
stuff.
very sure how that's
Yes.
really, yeah.
Yeah.
So there's less reason to do it. But some of the cosmetics are really nice, actually. Like
Yeah, I
genuinely.
saw one. I think it might have been the previous one. Maybe it even is this one, where they did like the Blade of Saldor from old school, and I don't think it previously existed in RuneScape 3, where they introduced the Blade of Saldor cosmetic override, which I think was cool. I think at that point in time, I'm not sure if I was even playing this account, but I think that was a cool one. I'm not too sure what you had to do to get it, but I would have done that if I had paid more attention to it, I guess.
Oh yeah. Usually the good thing, but I don't know. Like with oddments, I'm not sure if you guys are. I'm sure Kira knows, but I'm not sure about you since you're an Iron Man.
Automates are basically just a currency that you get slowly over time as you do the treasure hunting things, which is the
Yeah.
loot
Right.
chests.
But you also get them for like event boxes, which I do believe. I don't know if Iron Man can obtain them at all. I think they can in
I
some
got
way.
some oddments actually. Um, I don't know where they came from. I think they came out of a box.
You see, that's what I mean. Like, so how many do you have?
Um, I have 50.
That's not very many. That's like one key, that kind of thing, or something like
I don't
that.
think
No,
I've.
no, no. Treasure hunter keys are 450 oddments for one
No,
of
no, no.
them.
I mean, like in a key, like if you were to convert like your small star or whatever you get,
Oh yeah.
Oh, yeah, right,
that's
true.
50. Like what you get from you like spinning
Well,
to win.
if you get the lowest of the low rewards, like the common ones, it's 30 oddments. 30 of
But,
them, I'm pretty sure.
yeah, that's not much.
Yeah, it's barely
It's
anything.
pretty meh.
Yes,
With that being
unfortunately.
said, though, I do like some of the cosmetics. Although I guess as an Iron Man, you would have to swipe the card to get them, right?
No, no,
Well,
you can do the yak track, but it's like it's for you. It's harder to get them because you have to
Right.
do all the tasks.
Yeah.
Um,
Exactly.
and if you were to be a pure Iron Man, paying for a bond, because that's the only thing I believe Iron Man can buy. For member, I should know this. I'm a guide mate, but I'm pretty sure Iron Man can buy bonds with like in-game GP on their account. But Iron Man really need their GP for like stuff because they can't sell stuff on the Grand Exchange, so their GP is more
uh,
valuable.
I'm not sure about buying the bonds of the Grand Exchange, but you can like buy a bond on your main character and just give it to your Iron Man.
They
Yeah.
can trade them. I'm not sure if you can. Yeah, I
Well,
believe you can put an offer in.
yeah,
Oh,
maybe. I'm not sure.
never even tried.
This is I should really know this, but
Honestly, I
apparently I
just
don't.
assumed you couldn't. Yes, I was able to put a offer in at the GE as an Iron Man for a bond. However, 28 mil?
Yeah, that's way too. And Iron
That's
Man numbers.
nuts.
That's like I don't even know how you convert the numbers because you can't sell anything. You have to alch everything or get drops from coins.
Although with that being said, ED3 is something that I was introduced to as an Iron Man, and
Oh,
that is redonkulous. I
oh,
cannot believe.
I need to know, dude. What do you think about it? What are like the pros and cons? Both of you in a sec, but like, because
As an Iron Man's point of view, now I'm gonna preface this. I have done this. I have done it quite a bit. I am almost 80 Dungeoneering with having done maybe 16 actual floors of Dungeoneering. Um,
oh,
83 I think is incredibly unethical. Just
uh,
like the trash runs or the farming, whatever you want to call them. I think it's highly unethical. I don't see how it's even available as it currently is with no requirements and the amount of rewards and XP and charms you get from it and GP. I mean, I mean, I'm just like swimming in gold over here. It's kind of ridiculous. Although you do have to alch it.
yeah.
Um, I can't believe it's something that is available.
It's what OSRS players would call easyscape because, to be fair, it is. That is, as an Ironman especially, since you can't even do group dungeoneering as an Ironman, but you can do
Right.
that. You know, all of that stuff with dungeoneering XP, and it's easy to do.
Yeah.
Like,
Although it's great though, it's very beneficial. But for zero requirements, I think it's questionable.
you could say that for sure. What about you, Kira? Then, what have you done ED3 at all to train up your combat? I hope you have.
I actually haven't ever.
What? Wait, have you watched my guide, right?
I have watched your guides, but don't
Badge.
take this the wrong way. But your combat guides, like, I don't know if it's just me being stupid, but like, I
Mm-hmm.
just don't fucking understand the guides at all. I don't know why.
Could be. This could be like everyone feels it differently.
Or maybe it's just that OSR or like RS3 combat is really fucking confusing.
I mean, that's probably a fair point. That sounds weird. Like I'm saying this, like, yeah, that's a fair point, and my video's being shit armed. But there could be. Obviously, I would say that, but no, that's fair. Because combat is literally, if they were to do a poll, what's the hardest thing about RuneScape 3? I guarantee you, most people say combat or interface.
Yeah,
Something about
probably.
that.
Interface for me all day long. It took me, I mean, not actively looking, but probably at least 2 hours of looking on my own just to figure out how to put like my private chat on the screen like it is in old school, where it pops up like on the actual screen, not in the chat box.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I
Oh,
at first I thought the interface was, I mean, I still think it is overwhelming. I've learned how to use it a little bit and I've got, all my stuff laid out, my abilities and my action bars and stuff. But for me it was insane, incredibly overwhelming.
I, can you? Look, I'm gonna be honest. I probably don't even know off the top of my head how to put the text out of the chat box. It's probably within the actual like boxes interface thing where you grab the chat.
I don't
Um,
remember how to do it. I don't
Wait,
even remember how to do it.
what text? Like the
So the blue
request
text,
things?
your PM text, that is in your chat box, and you can drag the chat box out really easily. But actually, getting the text on your screen, like I think the social preset has it automatically. I'm not sure, but that's more difficult than just dragging the French chat out. Like, and that's exactly what Old School has. That's why he probably put the setting that way.
Yeah, yeah.
It's nice. I agree.
I would
Like,
just be missing PMs, and I didn't
Mhm.
want to be missing PMs. I don't really know. I don't even really know how to filter my chat box, text box at all. Really, I just kind of leave it as it is because I mean it's fine for me. I also don't know how to clear my PMs. Like in old school, as soon as someone, I'd have a conversation with someone or whatever in PMs, and then I'd clear it because I didn't like the text on my screen. Now I don't even know how to clear it. I just leave my wall of text on my screen. It's fine. I don't really mind.
It's not,
But
I don't think it even. I could be. Someone's gonna destroy me in the comments, but I don't think it's possible in RuneScape 3 to
Yeah,
clear text.
actually, what the hell? I'm pretty sure you're right.
I
Because
couldn't even tell you.
I
I
never
just log
actually
out
realized that.
whenever I record. I just log out to clear my entire thing. I just log out because people keep yelling me "shut up" and stuff as jokes. Like I'm not joking. Like my friends, I've had some really weird comments. Like people PMing me in because they know I'm recording, and that's why I like always zoom in my videos.
Oh yeah.
The chat, dude, some people they need to stop talking about like weird stuff. I swear, this community sometimes, dude.
Full of
Actually,
specimens, but you gotta love them.
oh yeah, it is fun. Like if you guys have ever skilled in World 84 at Lumbridge Common Academy, so the bank chest, Have you guys?
I cannot say I
Y
have.
no, not World 84, but I have skilled there, like in the
Okay. In a
area.
busy world, by any chance? Because
Oh, is it? It's 84. Yeah, I have been here.
the portables, like the portables place,
Yes,
basically.
I have definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, because the chat there goes, they talk about the weirdest stuff ever.
Yes. Like it's so fucking weird.
It
Anyone
might
will
be
relate.
relatable to Winter Todd in old school. I don't know if you've
Oh
ever
yes, that's
partaken in
true.
that,
That's true.
I have
but
not, but it's
I
AFK,
have.
right?
yes, yes.
That's what happens. Everyone's at one spot. They're just sitting there and talking about random stuff. I believe
And
you
Yeah.
guys.
I never turned my public off, but I do there. Or I guess I can say I did. I did there.
Yeah.
I have never done winter dot, but I know I just went here to fucking the Lumbridge place and
Just now? Just now?
yes.
Just
uh,
read what they
uh,
say. There's gonna be politics, weird topics,
no, this is fucking facts. This guy's spitting facts right here.
flax.
Facts.
Oh, spitting facts. Oh, you mean as in what I said
No,
about the place?
look at the DMs.
Okay, hold on.
Your DMs. Well, in the world 84, where no one wants to be responsible for hosting portables, so they're disappearing in the troll scum.
That is true. We've kind of talked about the interface basically, but what's your overall opinion about it? Like, is
I actually really like the interface. I don't know if that's like an unpopular opinion or something, but I love the interface.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And what about you, Fat Deer?
Same, same. Once I've got it laid out, and I feel like I'm constantly changing a little bit. Like I'll play on like a little laptop laying in bed sometimes, at night.
Mhm.
And it's a different screen size or whatever, so I have to change it around, and then I'll come back to my computer and it's all different, so I have to change it around. So I feel like it's always constantly changing. But I do like it. Now that I've got like everything that I kind of really need like on the screen, I don't
Mhm.
need to like change anything like if I'm gonna do skilling or if I'm gonna go do like my Reaper task or whatever. I don't really need to change anything for it, which I really do like. It took a while and it took quite a bit of frustrating, you know, figuring things out to get everything lined up and uh, where I'd switch an attack style or switch weapons and all my stuff would just shuffle around and then I'd get all angry because I didn't know why.
Oh, yeah?
Now that I've figured that out, I really do like it. I really do like it. Yeah. It's
Okay.
it's nice and clean. Uh, I'm happy with it. Happy with it for sure.
There is presets, by the way. There is presets. You can save your laptops and PC setup.
That's
Just
what people have told me.
uh,
I just haven't tried it yet.
oh, it's great. I'm happy to hear that both of you like it because as soon as you get, I'll be honest, getting used to it sucks. It's really confusing, but once you have your stuff set up and it's really customizable, you'll like it probably.
Yeah,
Yeah, it seems
definitely.
like the potential is insane because
Mhm.
I'll watch like streamers or videos or whatever, and everything's different, but it's all optimized like perfectly to their own preference, which
Mhm.
is super cool. That's even like available. Everyone can make it exactly how they want it.
Well, in old schools, I don't think you can change anything in old school, right? Or am I maybe rune
Uh,
light?
yeah. Rule lets you change some things, but it's still quite limited. Like you can't move the chat box or inventory or something,
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
unless there's like a custom plugin for it that I don't know of.
yeah. I mean, in comparison, you really can't do anything in old school as far as the interface. I know like a long time ago, or maybe even
Sorry.
currently still, you can move prayers around, but that was really controversial.
Is that because of like being able to click at the right spot when switching to your inventory or something with Jads?
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I honestly, in my opinion, I don't really see too much harm in being able to rearrange your prayers. When it was available, I never did it just because of muscle memory.
Mhm.
Um, but I didn't really see harm in it. Or the what was the other one? The spellbook filtering, where I believe it's available now. Where you can only filter to like say you just want ice barrage if you're gonna go PKing or something. Um,
I'm very sure the big controversy from that was because they wanted it to be like where the spells become like bigger,
yes, yes,
if
exactly.
there's fewer available. But some people got angry at that for some fucking reason.
Which I can
because
understand. I mean, if you make your whole spell book just Ice Barrage, that's gonna be obviously an advantage. But I guess on, like, say, comparing it to RuneScape 3, you could just put Ice Barrage on, like, say, W or something, right? So
that's the difference between the two games. Like old school really tries to. I mean, I think the players have a hand in that. That they try to keep the game around the roots, while they also still make lots of con. I mean, not sure about recently about content, but I've heard it was pretty dry. Like I don't know. Like
yeah.
they had a fishing boss or something like a few months ago, right? Like the
Ah, yes,
It's
Empross.
really really fucking fun.
I actually haven't tried it.
don't go back, dude. We'll lose you. Don't go back. No.
I don't know. I would find it hard, to go back for sure.
That's actually one of the final questions I had like listed here, like all the way down. Like, is there a chance to ever leave RuneScape 3 for
Yeah.
OSRS?
We can
You
come back to
would,
that.
would you, Kira?
I mean, if they somehow ruin RS3 even more, then yeah, probably. I
Even
mean,
more.
Hmm. Then it's already done. Like,
I just noticed that there's a fucking uh, in the other channel, like in the normal voice chat, there's a
yeah,
guy called Soft Cock.
yeah, yeah. That's one of the more active people in this Discord. Yeah. He likes to send. You can, if you want to laugh, you can at ping him in the general chat and ask him for pics or something. He'll send you lots of chicken pictures and gifs and yeah.
Okay.
He
Okay.
actually he plays a lot of OSRS as well. I mistake.
Hell yeah.
I thought he was the one that got me to talk with you a fat day, but that was Loot Shark.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's who actually helped me a lot with trying OSRS when I tried it for a video. He showed me how to walk to every place, which I
Yeah.
found pretty difficult. I'll be honest. Like I didn't know where to go, like at all for like the
Yeah.
Fenanatis giant mall for raids. I was so confused. I died at what was it? The Dragon Slayer 2 boss, the dragon.
Oh yeah. Elvarg.
Yeah, and I had to walk back. I was like, huh?
Okay, I will say, I did Dragon Slayer on on RuneScape 3. Much harder.
Wait, is that sarcastic or?
No, no, I struggled with Elvarg. I mean, I thought it was going to be easy, so I went into it pretty early game, and uh, it took me a couple attempts, but I was not ready
Oh,
for how hard it was going to be. Honestly, I was surprised. I was
did
very
you
surprised by it.
do you remember what kind of gear you had? Like,
I think I had Spider Silk.
you were doing all magic.
Yes, yes. I had the Spider Silk outfit, the robes, and the Spider Silk wand, and then the anti fire shield, or the Dragon Fire shield. Or I
And
guess.
Elva clapped you.
Well, at that point in time, I was a hardcore Iron Woman, so.
Oh, so you were. Oh, that is a sad way to go, dude.
Oh no, I
Oh
didn't die to Elvarg. I teleported out.
Oh, wait, what made you die? Like,
Really gonna make me say it, huh?
uh, if it isn't desert heat, whoever is listening who knows what I'm talking about, you're fine, dude. If you
Okay,
don't
well, it
die,
almost was. It
whoa,
might be actually even worse than desert heat.
oh, I need to know, dude. I need to know.
Desert lizards.
Wait, they clapped you after like almost being dead or something?
Um, no, they just straight up completely killed me. I've forgotten that you needed to use the little ice box on them, and I
Wait,
ran downstairs to put a pizza in the oven and came back up just to watch myself die.
what do you mean
no.
icebox? Because oh, you mean like, I don't.
The desert lizards. To kill them, you need to use
Oh,
the ice box from the Slayer Master,
yes,
like a
sorry,
Slayer
sorry.
item.
For whatever reason,
And
I think of something else. And so you were attacking one with like 1 HP basically.
yeah, yeah. I died to a 1 HP desert lizard.
That is damn man. That's a tough pill to swallow. I bet.
A lot of question marks.
How did I die? uh, more of the story: do not walk away from your PC. That's how all so many hardcore Iron Men like die.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's true. Yeah.
They someone goes AFK, or just like just a quick toilet break, and their life it's gone. Sad. All that work, and you're a regular Iron Man. At least in Risk of 3 you can buy more lives though. I'm not sure how that works now. It's old school.
You just get one.
Yeah,
Like
you just get only one. Yeah.
even if you're like 2,000 total, or
Doesn't matter. Yeah,
Whoa,
you could
that's
be
actually
max
I like
200
that.
mil all. You die to a cow, it's gone.
I like that. I know. Actually, I kind of like it. That's one death because and RuneScape 3 you can buy more. I suppose it's nice, but at the same time, why? Why? Like I kind of never understood that. What
The
defeats
signs
the
of
point?
life are really strong too.
Oh yeah, yeah, 100%. Because it's like it is a free life. I don't think you have those in old school, right? Do you?
You get a ring of life. That's it.
Oh yeah.
I
I
guess
thought
the
those.
defense cape is also a ring of life.
What in old school? You mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, is it? I didn't know that. So they have perks.
Um,
The skill caps,
uh,
I mean.
Yeah,
yeah,
the
yeah.
skill gaps give you specific perks.
Oh, wait, they might have actually had that before RuneScape 3 did. I think.
Yeah,
I
and
will say the
there's
max cape. Sorry, go ahead.
some old school skills have way better perks in than like RS3 skills do. Like for example, the construction gives lets you teleport to your construction home. Also, there's like it's way better in old school than it is in
Wow. Yeah,
RS3.
I know. It's like it's huge in old school. Like you have the what we have in the PvM hub, which I'll cover in just a second, is like you could just go to their house, clear your poison, restore prey, and all that kind of stuff, right?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
That's sick. But by the way, player owned house is like dead content. It's like there's no way. In case you
I've
haven't
yeah,
noticed that.
noticed.
yeah. Well, I
Sag.
mean, it's my only 99.
You cut out for me though. Crap.
Yeah, it's my only 99.
Oh, I thought I heard not, and then you cut out.
Oh, it's my only 99.
So why is construction your only 99? I'm kind of curious why you got that first.
Uh, it seemed cool to customize my house.
And then I mean
Uh,
that's a fair reason to be honest. That's a
I
fair
have,
reason.
by the way, I have never touched the skill. Like I have never customized my house ever since I mashed fucking skill out.
And why would that be? Is it because it's a really annoying skill to train, or
No, it's just fucking like I don't know. It just doesn't seem to worth it because like unlike in the fucking 2006 or something, you don't really do house parties or whatever.
yeah? There's no. I know exactly what you mean. No one does it. No one uses it. And no one will probably ever see your play on house. That's
Yeah,
a sad
exactly.
reality. And it
Yeah.
costs a lot of money actually as well to like fill up the dungeon and stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
Um. So unless you want to add something, Fadir, I do you about the playing house?
Um, in on the topic of construction, I have 40 construction. I've hardly touched the skill. I have absolutely no idea what it has to offer. But the dungeons do seem very strong. I knew a little bit about the dungeons. I know I've talked to some people about doing like the Ascension crossbow grind, where you can put the Capsarius souls or whatever in your dungeon.
Oh, that's Slayer. That's Slayer. I was talking about the player and house dungeon. You mean like elite dungeons, or?
Oh, I don't know. Honestly, I have no idea. I just thought you put like you collected something and put them in your dungeon in your
Oh
house.
no, no. That's the personal owned Slayer dungeon. That's something. Yeah, that's you. You can do that. You can like collect Slayer monsters and put them in a little
I don't
place.
really know how it works. I've just heard people talk about it, but it sounds
Yep,
strong. It sounds really cool.
it is. It's really good. It does require 99 Slayer though. That's the problem.
Oh, okay.
It'll take you a
See, I
little
didn't even know
while.
that much.
Yeah, it's pretty. There's many people that like actually maxed, and they comment on my videos. They don't even know it existed.
Right.
So
Yeah.
So it's no surprise you don't like. At least you know they kind of exist. So you're probably further than them in that aspect or regard. Uh,
Maybe.
but do you both know what the PVM hub is?
Absolutely.
I think I have used it once, but like
Or
attempted
KBD?
swim on it. Yeah, but actually no, I killed him by just using the actual teleports.
Okay, yeah, fair enough. But you were more skilly, right? Like skiller type player.
Yeah, I play I do skills way more. Yeah.
Okay. In that case, Fat Deer, what do you think of the PVM hub? Well, I had a voice crack there. What do you think of the PVM hub?
I think it is very, very strong. It
As in,
is like a utility wise.
mhm.
Um, I can't believe it exists. Coming from like an old school perspective, it is insane in my opinion.
On
I mean,
on top of
obviously
most
having the
things.
requirement. um, of needing the, what is it, 200 or 100 boss kills, 150, um, to unlock the the altar and to
Yep.
reattune the
Yep.
portals. Um, which is obviously not too difficult if you do. I think I did mole and barrows to unlock mine. Um,
The second portal. I think you can have one portal straight away.
sorry, I was talking about the altar. The what is it? The altar of war.
Yeah, with the prayer restore. Sorry. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
And then
Yeah.
you have the crystals and stuff as well. I think there are more. I don't remember how many, but it's more.
Yeah. I think it is obviously amazing. Um, I mean, for anything. I it. I don't know if I can call it overpowered because I don't really know what other things the game has to offer in terms of PvM utility as far as like accessing bosses and accessing areas. Um,
Well, not
but
much actually. Overall school. You have the max guild, but that was like the only boss portal at the time. And PVM are there's not much. Like if you without it, you would just use. I mean, you have the group system now, so if you ever
yeah,
use that, that's another way of teleporting to a boss.
but I use it constantly. To put it simply, I use it constantly, absolutely constantly for I don't know and everything and anything I can.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I mean that's where I'm standing now. It's just doing my arrow shafts. I mean it's a free teleport straight to a bank.
Yep, yep. Oh yeah, I did. Almost just forgot that because I'm so used to that being in the game. But that's so good. You could do it in combat as well. You can just tele out to the PvM
Yeah,
hub.
yeah,
Just
absolutely.
hmm
I don't know what
um.
the game was like before it, but
uh,
having having it accessible as coming into the game, uh, I think it's awesome. I think it's super cool.
that's good to hear. Honestly, like really, and the fact that you use it a lot, it's really good to hear because it's just, in my opinion, like combat wise, it's the best bit of code that was ever added to the game.
Yeah,
Just because of its utility, it's just so useful and
and
it saves you time.
I mean, I guess as a fresh Iron Man, the requirements really aren't too steep to access it. I mean, it did take a little bit, to get to the point to where I could kill enough bosses to unlock really what it had to offer.
Hmm
Um, but especially I don't know if a Reaper portal existed before the PvM hub, but that itself is amazing too.
It did not actually, not
Oh,
even in the
nice.
max guild. So it's completely like a fresh bit of content.
Yeah,
Oh, no, that's good to hear. I mean, you can even use it for skilling, by the way, for some stuff or quests even.
yeah. I definitely
Um,
used I had a Barrows portal and I used it to get somewhere for a clue scroll earlier today. So
Look at that. Yep.
there was that.
So Kira, you can use the
Yes.
PvP. You need to kill one barrows and just use it. You can also use it
Yeah.
for a quest, like the vampire quests.
Yeah.
And
Maybe I should try doing that one day.
I highly recommend it. Honestly, like for bossing, it's so much fun. Once
Yeah,
you need a
yeah,
little bit
that's
of help
true.
with the combat, probably.
I mean,
Sorry.
maybe I should just give the tutorials another watch. Maybe it'll make sense this time.
I get it a lot though. Like you're talking about videos, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So some, I'll be honest, it's a lot to take in sometimes for certain. Like invention is another one of those skills that day in day again I hear people like saying it's really confusing, even with the guide, the wiki page open, all that stuff. I don't necessarily understand it every time because it seems also logical to me, but it's probably one of the more uh, you need to
Yeah.
know
Well,
this skills.
most Runescape skills are like it's super confusing at first, but when you understand it, it's like it makes all sense.
Mm-hmm. Dungeoneering is another one. Dungeoneering is actually pretty difficult to understand. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I have no clue how that works, and I still have like 47 Dungeoneering just from
Trust me.
like lamps and whatever.
It's even if you never like try to like someone else tells you, you can be level 99 Dungeoneering and still don't understand the skill properly.
Yeah,
It's
I would agree.
it's what's your level out of curiosity? You level with 80 without like you said something like 16 floors, right?
Yeah, I'm 79 and like a fourth, um, 79 dungeoneering and a fourth towards 80, I guess if you want to call it that.
Mm-hmm.
And I've done, I don't know, yeah, we'll call it 16 floors of dungeoneering.
Would you
Um, go ahead.
would you say that, let's say, between floor 5 and 16, you would have learned more, apart from seeing new bosses? Probably not, right? Or
I don't know. I mean, it's hard to say because I feel like I've hardly done any actual dungeoneering. Um, but
79, by the way. Yeah, EDOP, by the way. Elite
you
Dungeons.
gotta love it, right? And it's weird to say because I remember when I was in high school, I loved dungeoneering. Absolutely love dungeoneering. I did a lot with friends. Um, and now that I'm playing an Ironman, you can't do it with friends. You
Yeah,
have to
but
do it
why?
solo.
But why, Jagex? Like, it
Yeah,
doesn't make sense because you could do Elite Dungeons with your friends, right? Like Ironmans,
exactly.
Ironmen,
Yeah.
sorry. Whoa.
Um, and I don't really know the reason. I guess maybe they want to discourage boosting, which is fine. But then ED3 is still a thing, or even ED1,
Dude,
even more strong for tokens.
it,
Uh,
it makes no, dude. Like, if anything would be like not fair or like really boosting, the EDs would be like Elite Dungeons would be boosting. Not normal Dungeoneering. Like, come on.
right.
It,
But I will say I do enjoy dungeoneering. I mean, I've done very little on this account. I've done a good bit in the past, 8 years ago, whatever it may have been. But I want to do more for sure because it is a big like learning step.
Mhm.
And I do kind of just want to learn it because watching videos or streams or just talking to fellow clanmates or whatever where they're doing these floors, in whatever amount of time they get 80,000, 100,000, whatever XP for the floor. I'm
Yep.
like, dang, I kind of that sounds cool. I want to do that. I want to learn it. And then I sit here and just do elite dungeons for 3 hours. So
It is what it is sometimes.
that's right.
I mean, Dungeoneering is definitely fun. Once you get into it with others, alone, I wouldn't call it really fun personally.
Yeah,
Like,
that's true. Yeah.
It's a
that's
big
the case.
learning curve for sure.
Yes, I think it's the hardest skill in the game to do properly because if we look at woodcutting, what do you need to do learn woodcutting? Click tree, get XP. That rhymes.
Yeah.
Nice. That's it basically. I mean, okay, maybe drop logs. Okay, another step, two steps. It does OSRS. Actually, I know OSRS has Dungeoneering in a form of a boss because I did it and I got smacked. Um, it's called,
The gauntlet.
yes, the got dude.
Yes.
That bastard killed me so quick.
It
I didn't know what I
um
was doing, dude. I had a little stick, 2 or 3 weapon or whatever. Uh,
it
that was
it's hard. I don't know. When they first released it, people were like, "Oh yeah, this is dungeoneering, but for old school." And I think it's the farthest thing from dungeoneering. I mean, it's got like the same maybe kind of feel where you go into the dungeon and you have to make your stuff, but
hmm
it's the same thing every time. Uh,
like exact same spawns as well, or is
no, the
that?
spawn, the spawns will be different. Like where you like the dragon and the dark beast are, to get your weapons and your armor
Mhm.
upgrades and stuff. But the fight is pretty much going to be the same thing every time. The boss is going to be the same thing. You prep the same items, you prep the same weapons. You
Ah,
have the
yeah.
same inventory every time, which obviously that is not the same with Dungeoneering and RS3. Um,
No, there's more to it. No, you have different puzzles. Sometimes you skip one, sometimes you don't. You get a different boss. Sometimes you. I mean, the core concept of like the doors are going to be the same in Dungeoneering, but like the dungeon itself is
right.
kind of different. I guess that.
Yeah.
Uh, yeah, I can see what you mean. Like, especially because I believe the gauntlet is like it's guarded out. If that makes sense, everyone knows what the meta is.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. It's pretty refined for sure.
That would definitely make it a lot less fun, I suppose, as well. Like after some tries or
I've
kills.
I've done a little bit of the gauntlet, and I've got some pretty close friends who have done a lot of the gauntlet, and I don't think I know anyone that considers it fun or enjoyable.
Isn't that hard mode or something? Like
Yeah,
a
the
red
corrupted
void?
gauntlet.
Oh,
It's
it's
the
like
it's for sure the meta for obtaining the drops or the
oh,
pet even.
do you remember what does it drop? Does it drop like the? Do you
It
remember or?
drops like it's the blade of Saldor, so it's like a slash rapier.
Oh,
Um,
that thing you were talking about earlier as well. The
yes,
cosmetic you liked. Ah, yeah.
yes.
Okay.
And then they just recently introduced a new weapon that came from there, which I think is controversial because I don't know if you're
Ooh.
familiar with the toxic blowpipe.
Oh, yep. I heard it was nerfed or something. Just after I
Yeah.
used it for video or for OSRS, I used it for the Inferno. I died.
Yeah. So they nerfed the blowpipe and then introduced this new weapon, uh, the bow of Fardenheim or something. Forgive me if I'm definitely mispronouncing it.
I won't
Um,
judge you, dude. I won't judge you. I suck at pronouncing things.
Yeah,
but
same here.
it's like stronger than the blowpipe was pretty much. So
But
they nerfed the blowpipe
why?
and then introduced something stronger. I have no idea why, but it comes from the gauntlet, so
I
it's
mean,
forcing people to
stonks.
do it.
Maybe because GP. Was Zora not good enough money or something? I don't know. Or like
Um,
too
I
good money?
honestly, I'm not too sure. The reason they had nerfed the blowpipe was to make room for future content.
That,
But
that's weird.
I think it was like a week after, or maybe even the same update where they nerfed the blowpipe. They introduced the new weapon, and it's not even new content. It's the same content with a weapon that it's content that nobody really even likes or enjoys to do. I mean, that's I can't say that's true for everyone, obviously. Yeah, I don't know. It just kind of felt weird that they would do that and then just drop it in with the same
It is
content.
weird. It's the equivalent of to put it into context for viewers. Like, what would the blowpipe be in RuneScape 3? Probably like because the blowpipe is pretty much the weapon everyone used for like mid-level PvM, right? Like that, it's pretty affordable, I guess. Um,
Yeah, yeah.
I'd say like a Dragon Rider Lance in RuneScape, if they were to nerf that before the Rex spear came into play, the IKEA girl spear. That's kind of what this is. Like they would, it doesn't make sense. Like why would you nerf a piece of content that introduce the same thing or slightly better for
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
that's a really weird way of that's like is that like stable power creep or something? I don't know what you would call that. Like they because it doesn't increase like what's available. It just
It
that's
just
so
changes it.
weird. It's so
Yeah.
weird. Doesn't make sense, dude. Thank you for. I did not know that. Like I heard about it, but I didn't know like exactly what they did and why.
I could talk about it forever. I could rant about it. You'll have to cut me off.
OSRS podcast. Let's go.
That's right. That's right.
You both. I'm 100%. Kira, if you haven't done archaeology, I'd be pretty disappointed. But you've both
Uh,
tried archaeology, right?
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
level 53. I haven't done it too much, but I have done it a bit.
What's a bit, in
Uh,
case?
like the first two, I have been in the fucking
Prison?
first three zones, like the desert, the infernal place,
Oh,
and
okay. No, that's pretty far. That's so you're at least level.
53.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. No. Then you've experienced the skill enough
Yeah,
to have a pretty good idea of what it's like. So what do you think of archaeology? Do you like it? Do you dislike it? Do you think it's too?
it's pretty good, but it's a bit confusing, I guess.
Well, that's
Like,
fair.
or
That's
actually,
definitely.
no, it's actually kind of it's all right compared to some other skills.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Although there's some parts that aren't explained too well that you have to constantly keep looking up online.
Yep. That's the reason my guy got so many views because apparently
Yeah,
it's
that's
pretty
that's
difficult.
true. That's true.
What about you, Fat Deer? Do you think it's? Do you agree? Is it confusing or is it lame? Do you
I
dislike
I
it?
I like it. I really really like it. I did a little bit on my main. I think I got to like maybe 60ish, and then I'm 30 on here. So obviously I haven't really hardly even scratched the surface of it. Um,
No,
but I really really
no,
like it.
that's fine. The 60s is a good like 50s, 60s. At that point, you'll know what it's like because that's where everyone, when we were trying it on release was kind of the core concept of the skill became clear.
Right, right.
60 is
Um,
also the worst part, by the way, just in advance if you
is
ever
it
get there again.
is that where you go to the I don't even know what it's called, the Silver Thrill area, Saradomin area? I forget.
It is in Silverlight, but like level 60 to 65, or let's say just 60 to 70, are so slow. It just doesn't feel right. It's really weird. It's
Huh.
boring. You'll see. You'll see.
I'm looking forward to it already. I've watched some videos on it, and it looks incredible. Like the late game, the relics seem very very strong.
But yeah,
But I really don't know too much about it. Um, but it looks fun. It looks fun. The Tetra compasses look like they're fun to do.
because there's a clues. Do you enjoy clues at all in general?
No, not really. I hardly ever touched any clues in old school. I mean, I've done like a few dozen of each probably. Um, I did actually my first clue this morning on RS3 ever. Uh,
Oh,
I did 3 or 4 medium clues. Got my first fortunate component.
stonks. That's stonks actually.
Um, yeah, it's absolutely wild to me that a U comp bow was like 1 mil. That's insane.
I don't know. Does it alg for that at all, or what? No, right? It's
I
just
have no
good.
idea.
You can use it for luck with the dwarves and all that kind of stuff, like Grace of the Elves, I think.
Honestly, I couldn't even tell you. I just disassembled it.
That's a good. Yeah, you'll be using it for later on with Invention.
Yeah, yeah. But I do like clues. I I don't know if this is a controversial topic in the community, because I just honestly I have no idea. But I think it's
I don't
called the
mind.
toolkit, the Alt One toolkit.
Oh, it's not controversial. I don't think so. No, people are just scared they might get banned using it, but
Okay. Okay. I mean, I used it this morning for the first time just for the clues because
Mhm.
RuneLight has the clue helper where it just points you in the right. I mean, it tells you exactly where to go and what to do. My buddy was like, yeah, give this a try. It's kind of like the same thing. And it was cool. I think I'm gonna enjoy doing clues because obviously they have significant more variety of rewards than in old school.
Boy, that's
Uh,
a lot. That's a lot.
yeah, and I really like the concept of dies. Those are super cool.
Oh yeah, if you get one, you'll be pretty happy to use that. The only thing is you can't lose it on like a you can't use it on like a low tier thing, sadly.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
But they look sick. They actually do.
And
You've
they're
probably
I mean,
seen
I
them.
don't know the exact rarity, but they're, like, really rare, right?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm not sure how rare either, but you can get I think it was barrows and shadow dice from Heart, and the rest of it or elite and master.
Yeah, okay, okay.
Yeah, toucher compasses are nicer to do than clues, so you won't mind those. But you know, Alt One is honestly I wouldn't do clues without it, and I don't even do clues.
Yeah.
It's too good, like the puzzle thing, the help, and all that kind of stuff.
I've always been absolutely garbage at these puzzles, in old school. I've never tried a puzzle, um, in RS3, but I was definitely the guy to pay the GP to skip the puzzle in Monkey Madness, so
Oh, you can skip that. Oh,
yeah, I think it's I'm assuming you can in
oh, you
RS3, but
can.
in
Yeah,
old
with
school, you can pay, 200K.
yeah, it's the part where you're in his cave or whatever, right?
Yeah, and the hangar, the glider hangar.
Yeah, that's where you. Yeah, that's where that puzzle you can see. I was thinking of them when we throw the bananas to like get the monk. What was it? The part. It's awful. The entire quest sucks, in my opinion.
Yeah, I've never been much on questing, but in RuneScape 3 especially, the necessity to quest is much more significant than in old school. I mean, old school obviously questing is important. You need the Barrow's gloves and
Hmm.
Dragon Slayer too. But in RuneScape 3, I talked to all these, all my friends that are Ironman and clanmates or whatever, and they're 85, 90, 95 herblore, and they've made like only the potions they need for PvM. And to me, as an old school player, that is mind blowing. I can't believe it. I literally cannot believe it. Um,
That's
One of
interesting
my
to
good
hear.
friends, he's 93 herblore, and he's like, "Yeah, I've only made the potions I need to, kill a Rax or whatever." And I'm like, you're joking, right?" And I guess it's all the penguin points and the quest rewards, and
Deck of trades as well, Aura.
yeah, yeah.
That's it's so good.
To me, that blew my mind to pieces. I could not believe that at all. That was very hard for me to grasp.
It makes it's easier. Like I like it that way. I don't know. Like if I were
Yeah,
to make an Iron Man. Well,
because in old school, you do your herb runs, on the hour or whatever. On here, I've planted one Renar seed. That's it.
have you both tried player and farms? Since we're talking about farming now,
A very slight bit, yeah.
like not
Uh,
farming GP,
I
but obviously the skill.
I
Like
have never gotten into it.
you've never planted a seed.
I have well I did I haven't not really.
Oh well,
Whoa.
huh. Well, but you've tried player and
I probably
farms.
should. In RS3, yes, I have done the player on farm thing.
Is it? Do you like it at all, or is it just meh, like a okay thing?
Uh, yeah, sure. It's all right.
What about you, Fat Deer? Then
I like it. I've got my cows going at the moment. Uh,
I've never. You sounded so happy when you said that for whatever reason, dude.
I am so happy with the cows. Are you kidding me? They're so much better than those dang rabbits. Are you kidding me? Um,
Oh, in
uh,
chinchompas? Or
uh, I don't
actually, I had
have
rabbits.
I don't have the trapper yet.
Oh, right, yeah. Yeah, oh, you start with
So
rabbits. Sorry, my bad. I just think of chimchompas as like the only thing you put in the small pens, but that's because yeah, never mind.
I did do chinchampas on my main. However, on this account, I don't have. And
It
I wasn't even really doing chinchampas. I didn't really know what I was doing. Um, but I don't have the construction level to make the large pens, so I've just been like using the breeding pen for my cows. Which I mean it works. I just have to bank them all, I guess, kind of. Um, but I like it. I
Ah.
like it. I think it has some really good potential, especially for like gathering the chinchompas instead of having to catch them.
Mhm.
Um,
Yep, yep. Makes it easier.
yeah, and in old school, one thing I really did enjoy was hunting chins. Um, I hunted a lot of chins.
You did
So,
enjoy it.
yeah, the majority of my hunter XP for 99 definitely came from red and black chins. I caught a lot of them. But that's really like almost the only option in old school, you know. I mean, it's definitely not the only option, but um, it it was my preferred option, I guess you could say.
Yeah,
And you
yeah,
made good
fair.
money.
And it's one of the best. Like, it's also a good experience. I think I've watched the Hunter Guide on OSRS before, and I believe it was like the thing to do, anyways, at high
Yeah,
levels
yeah, it was really
at the
good
time, anyway.
XP. Um, and you get into alt methods. But for I guess we're branching off in hunter, but for farming
That's
on
no
old
problem.
or RuneScape 3, I really do like to play our own farms, and I haven't touched the what's it called uh the
With
the Anachronia one. I don't know what it's called.
what, Hunter? Oh, you
No, no,
big game
sorry.
hunter, big game hunter. Yeah.
Well, that I went back to the farming. Sorry.
Oh, you
Um,
mean the ranch out of time? So, my bad, my
yes,
bad.
yes,
Yeah, yes.
that's what I was trying to think of.
The dino farm, basically. Yep, yep, yep.
Yes, that looks incredible. I cannot wait to do that.
It is basically the same thing, sadly, but they look way better. Like everything you get there.
It just looks cool. Yeah.
You also have frogs, if you know.
Oh yeah, that's right. I've been told the frogs are good.
Um, you'll probably need the stuff for the potions anyway in the future. Have either of you unlocked Invention, at all?
Yeah, yeah.
Do you enjoy Invention or not?
I think
Is
it's
it
awesome.
or is it the best skill in RuneScape, do you think?
Whoa.
Is that
Definitely
'cause
not.
oh, Sag, dude. Oh, damn, damn. I like it a lot though.
The best skill in RuneScape.
That might be pretty big, you know. But
I think it's done a lot for the game for sure. Um,
warding,
and
it failed by the way. Ha. Was it the well,
don't even get me
oh,
started on morning.
because warding was basically I mean, kind of invention, so it didn't pass the
Crafting too,
polls.
but invention. I think it's cool. I think it's obviously really strong. Um, and I mentioned fortunate components earlier,
Yeah, yeah.
which to me, I mean, being able to sit there and do easy and medium clues and make like 10 mil an hour or whatever is insane. But I think invention's really cool. I haven't really done too much of it. I got to like 45 on my main and I'm 35 on here.
That's a
I
start.
Yeah, I think it has some really serious potential, especially when you get into like with the perks and the ancient invention. Um, I think it really does have some potential. I mean, I got my little scavenging perk on
Hell yeah, dude.
my
Hell yeah.
subjugation garb. That thing is sick.
You want
Uh,
that as an Iron Man for sure. I mean, for any account really, but especially if
yeah,
you're an Iron Man, because you can't like just buy in bulk and disassemble.
right. I mean, I really don't even know all the things invention has to offer,
It's too much.
but I'm looking forward to it for sure because it's obviously really strong for PvM and I guess skilling even. You can augment all the different tools and stuff.
And Kira, you're a skiller. What do you think? Or have you
Yes,
unlocked it?
mostly. I have unlocked Invention, but I have barely done it because it seems really fucking confusing. Also,
I don't blame you.
I have
It's
not watched your video though, so it might just be because of that.
I'm not sure if my video will help. I am very confident in my ability that my videos help, but there are still people underneath that video, even recently, that said that they still don't get it. So
Yeah, well,
it's
let's
harder
see
than
then.
combat. That's for sure. It's
Invention for me is by far the most confusing skill I've tried to learn.
I would not have expected any other skill to be more confusing, honestly. So
It's just so in depth. I mean, there's so many different things and components,
yeah,
but it's cool.
it's overwhelming. Is it something you would like to see in would have liked to have in OSRS? Because basically, what it is, in case you aren't that far into it, yeah, is disassembling stuff. Older content, is more profitable, and you get perks. Stuff gets better. You can skill fast. XP rates go up. Is it something you would like to see in old school?
Well,
Would have
maybe
liked to
not in
see.
old school because the experience and whatever, like that's not something old school people really want to see.
I mean, yeah, you have a point. That was
Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah.
yeah, okay. That's pretty bad. Pretty bad question on my end because yeah, OSRS is like everything that's fast. It's not very good there.
the old school economy could use something like it, in my opinion.
Yep. Warding.
There's very minimal gold sinks and item sinks.
Warding.
That's
No.
right. You know what? Poll it again. I'll vote yes to it.
Did you vote no the first time out of
Absolutely,
curiosity?
yeah, on both my
You
accounts.
you voted no?
Yeah, yeah.
Wait, what? Why?
Thwarting?
Yeah, you voted no to warding.
Yeah.
But wait.
Um,
Would you vote yes now that you've tried Invention?
Honestly, I don't. I'd be hard pressed to even log in to vote, in my honest opinion.
Fair.
Um, but I I don't think warding should have been a skill on its own. It just kind of felt weird. I mean, it's been a while since since it was polled and I read about it. But to
Mhm.
me, it kind of just felt like crafting too, Um, but it, I think it had potential, and I don't know if it should have just been scrapped completely like it was. But I feel like it, got pulled, failed,
Mhm.
and I feel like the community kind of would have freaked out if they were like, okay, well, we're gonna like try again. So I can't really fault them, but I feel like it did have potential.
What are some things? I'll start with you this time, Kira. That you
All right.
miss in RuneScape 3 that OSRS had or might have had? Like, is there something
Uh,
that you've noticed that's different? That maybe something from RuneLight, for example. It could be RuneLight, you know?
I want to
Probably
say that
hard.
I want to say the door kicker plugin from Roulette that literally just replaces the door animation with the kick animation.
Wait, what? That's a thing?
Yes, there's a door kicker plugin for Roulette that's like it does nothing except just it makes you kick the doors open.
It
Wait,
kicks
what?
click
Yeah,
or click.
kicks like when you like OSR just like when you don't have a weapon you can kick people. Like it's one of the
Really?
attack options. So
Whoa, I need this.
What?
I genuinely need it. That's like an animation error I can't. Oh, that's sick.
yeah, it just change the animation. Yeah.
That's
RuneLight can do
hilarious.
that?
I've never heard about that.
That is genuinely dope though.
Yeah.
Yes, but basically, like that's so I just want like a plugin to have kind of thing, Feels like OSRS has it for Rula, and it's like fucking great.
Just animation overrides. I mean, we have animations, but yeah, I get where you're
I
coming
know,
from.
right? It's more like community plugins and whatever. Like how old school has like shift click dropping per inventory.
Yep.
It just basically makes it so if you right click if you click a specific item like a fish or something, it just automatically drops it without having to press shift.
Oh yeah, yeah,
So,
true. Yeah, but we.
there's a lot of small quality of life improvements that's really changed the game. It's like
Yeah, I
like
get where you're coming from.
I really like to see like a community plugin support.
I actually, you have a good point. Though I would say like a lot of the quality of life from old school is already technically like we have the action bar to drop things, but like small things like that that could be added through the client, I would definitely like that for sure. That's a
Yeah,
good
Yeah.
one.
yeah,
That's a
definitely.
really good one. And dear, is there anything you think like, or maybe the same thing, that it should be
Uh,
added or you're
I
missing?
I really like the shift click. Shift click was definitely weird for me. Uh, Come to RS3, I was like, what do you mean I can't shift click drop? Um, but another thing I noticed pretty early on, like when I guess more efficient oriented players,
Mm-hmm.
when you're doing like Slayer or agility or whatever, you alch during agility, or you fletch darts, or you fletch your headless arrows during just while you're running.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're running in RS3 and you go to like fletch your arrows or fletch your darts, you stop because it does the whole bunch at a time or whatever it is. In
Yeah.
old school, you can just keep running and fletch your darts real quick and get your XP in while you're running. So that was something that I mean, obviously it's a, I don't know if you want to call it an engine thing or a mechanic, or obviously it's designed to be like that on RS3. Um, Another thing my buddy had brought up previously that I would agree with. This is more Ironman oriented, but the availability of crafting XP in old school. Now RS3 obviously has the gem rocks, and that's what I did, and I think
Mhm.
they're very good. Um, but the the thing that he brought up that kind of opened my eyes, I was like, wow, you're really right. Is all the skills are pretty in RS3. They're all somewhat balanced around the same kind of XP per hour. As far as like different methods, they're all kind of similar. Although I guess
Uh-huh.
crafting is kind of lacking behind. In old school, you do your sandstone and you grow your seaweed, you mine your sandstone, and you turn it into molten glass and you blow your molten glass.
Mhm.
Um, and I feel like in RS3, you have to sit there and mine gem rocks for 20 hours, which is fine. Which is fine. I really didn't mind it too much. It was kind of agonizing, but the I guess the availability of crafting XP is what I was getting at. Now that might change later game. I honestly have no idea. Um, but that was one thing that I was like, huh. What do you do for crafting? I guess you mine gem rocks.
It definitely changes later up. Like you'll probably do something related to dragon hides. And maybe harps because it doesn't have anything in Priv.
Right.
You
Yeah, I've heard of the harps. Yeah.
That's slow, but you don't need anything. So
Right.
if you tried RuneScape Mobile, I know we kind of talked about it before, but is there anything on RuneScape Mobile that you like or dislike or thoughts about it? I know you kind of both dislike it, but apart from the AFKing aspect.
Well, I mean,
I,
it's good as an AFK game for while you wait for your boss or something. But it's not good for much else though.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's most
Although
people view it
that's
that way as
kind of
well.
that's kind of the point though.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
what the J-Mods
Yeah.
wanted.
I will say I have played a ton from mobile, but I have, I guess, the luxury of being able to play it at work. I can just like put my phone down on my desk and like plug it in, and
Ooh.
um, I've gotten like 96 mining and 90 smithing just from you know
Holy crap, dude.
doing like
Holy crap.
nothing. I mean,
Uh,
with porters, you could sit and mine literally for 6 hours straight or whatever.
yep.
Uh,
And you have
and
your ore box to fill up afterwards if you don't want to
yeah,
bank.
and honestly, that's almost all I've done from mobile is mining, smithing, and fishing,
I
and
can
hundreds of hours, I guess, in that.
happy Jagex noises. They gain retention on their like RuneScape mobile servers or whatever. Oh, not servers, but like something on the app. I don't know.
Right,
They'll like you for playing hundreds or not hundreds, but like a lot of time on
right.
mobile. Huh. Oh, that's cool to hear, especially since yeah, no.
Couldn't believe it was gonna be that AFK.
Oh yeah, mining is real AFK now. It's like literally you
Nuts.
could just leave your phone. Is there any updates you both are like looking forward to? Anything specific? Maybe for you the crafting stuff. No, I'm not. Okay, this is not an update. But like any updates in the future, or something you're going to try.
I have no updates, and I'm really looking forward to all of that mainly because I have no clue about any future updates.
What about like anything you're working towards, like maybe a high level skilling place um or I don't know, something maybe. There's no skilling bosses here, so that's the only thing. I mean, Big M Hunter though, but yeah,
That looks amazing. I haven't tried it. I don't have the level for it, but it looks amazing.
it's pretty good. It's pretty good. I'll be honest, it's pretty good. It does get boring after a while though, but that's
Yeah,
most stuff.
I'm
Uh,
probably most looking forward to PVMing. The PVM looks insane in the end game. That's kind of
yep,
what's driving my motivation. Is
yep.
I on my main I almost got one Araxer kill. Um,
Oh,
and I was
nice.
like, dang, this is cool. This is really cool. And then I went full time on the Iron Man, if you want to call it that. So yeah, I'm really just looking forward to like the end game PVM, but obviously it requires a ton of questing and a ton of skilling, which is fine. I've been enjoying my time here for sure. Um, but as far as like updates, I honestly I don't know. I have no idea. I see the Elder God Wars or the God Wars Dungeon 3, whatever it is. I don't really know anything about it, but for sure I'm definitely more PVM oriented for sure.
Oh, that's gonna be good. Yeah, you'll enjoy it a lot for sure. Kind of
Yeah.
old school as well. Yeah, you're gonna love that stuff. Elder God Wars apparently also has some skilling aspects, so might be of interest for Kira as well.
Yeah, true, maybe.
Okay.
And in your case, dear, in case you like if you can't, I'm not sure how hard the busts are going to be, but there'll be something for everyone. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
Slayer as well, apparently. So it seems you're both fairly acquainted to RuneScape. You know, uh, I honestly expected exactly what most of the stuff you said. Like I expected, the interface and combat to be confusing, the newer skills to be confusing because they have more stuff, but also that you pretty much both enjoy a large part of the game, which is cool to see, and that you've used RuneScape Mobile. That's nice to see. Like genuinely, as
Yeah.
semi new players.
I will say, I did not think I would enjoy this game even a fraction of what I do.
Is that because of Reddit?
No, no, I might give
Sorry,
games
Yeah,
credit.
I had to.
I read it just like a console loop once.
Yep.
I was that old school player that was like, man, RS3 sucks. I hate it. It looks terrible. And now I'm like, old school sucks. I mean, I still love old school. I don't mean old school sucks, but I was definitely that person, like the anti RS3 guy.
Hmm.
Um,
That's
and now I'm like,
surprising.
why was I like that? The game's awesome.
Exactly.
That's the
Um, and I
good
didn't expect that of myself for sure.
happy noises.
Exactly. Happy deer noises.
Bambi, yeah. Bambi's looking. Wait, no, Bambi. No, wait. Did he? I'm going
Yeah,
off topic.
Bambi. I think Bambi got shot. Oh no, that was Bambi's mom.
Rip Bambi's mum, guys. If someone's drop in the comments, guys. It's probably like 2 hours at this point. I don't know, dude. Is there anything you guys want to add? Maybe like
Uh,
anything,
no, not really.
dear
I
Bambi?
can't imagine I can think of anything I haven't said already. Honestly.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff, dude. Like the question list was like it's all over the place. It doesn't matter though. It's great.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
yeah, I genuinely enjoyed this. I want to thank you guys for taking the time to have a little chat, especially because you're both different time zones. So
Yeah, no, it was cool. And definitely some good
Yes.
insight from Kira's perspective for sure.
I'm
Yeah,
sure
from you do as well.
I'm sure people will enjoy it as well because there's two different perspectives. So